What's up? This is Marlo, and this is episode 12 of Paradigm Shift. And today we are talking about gratitude. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more. I'm going to be dropping a ton of videos in the upcoming weeks. In the comment section down below, please let me know what you want me to talk about. If you have anything that's on your mind that you want to hear me talk about, please drop a comment. As well as if you need any clarification on anything. So we're talking about gratitude today. It's such a huge thing if you want your life to reflect positivity, if you want the universe to basically give you positive, joyful, loving experiences, because gratitude basically sends out this positive energy into the universe, into others, and really kind of informs the universe and tells the universe, like, this is what this person wants, because they are radiating out this energy. They are sending the signals, and the universe is going to give that back to you. Being grateful for what you have in your life allows you to see and realize, that it's not all bad, right? We have a tendency to believe the worst in situations, and that can be from our parents, from society, from going on social media too much. And, you see people who are living their best lives, and you don't realize the work, the struggle, or sometimes that Instagram account is fake. And then you think that you should be in a certain position without ever doing any of the work. And I'm not even just talking about the physical, mental, psychological labor. I'm talking about gratitude as well. There's certain energy waves that align with positive and joyful and abundance, right? When you start to look at your life and the little things in your life that you can be grateful for. I mean, the fact that you are alive right now is unbelievable. I mean, imagine how many sperm had to fight to get into that egg, and you were the one that made it to that egg. We're talking about the beginning of your existence. To be grateful for that is, to find these little things that you overlook every day and realizing, wow, my life is actually amazing. Because, the goal in life is not to amass money, is not, to have amazing cars, amazing material objects, to go traveling and all that stuff. The goal in life is to live. And you're doing that right now, right? And when you see it in that way, everything else is just icing on the cake. When you start to see your life as positive, the fact that I can walk, sometimes you see someone who's in a wheelchair or might not even have legs or doesn't have the ability to run. And then you realize, wow, I can walk. I'm grateful for that. All these little instances, all these little things that you find in your life that you are grateful for, that you add that positive energy, that vibration to your life, it affects you in everything, in your relationships, in your outlook and view of yourself, in your work, in your art. If you constantly are thinking, the government is against me, people hate me, there's so much horrible things going on in the world, I'm going to die tomorrow, I'm going to get into an accident, all that stuff, it brings your vibrational level down, and then those are the things that are attracted to you. I've talked about this in even just the last episode. You meet people that always have problems in their lives, and it's because their vibrational level is a negative vibration. So the universe believes that this is what you want. You might not actually want that, but that is the vibration that you're putting out to the universe. So the universe, after an amount of time, starts to realize this is the vibration that this being is putting out. So I'm going to give that to them because that's what they want, right? People talk about manifestation. It's not just manifesting good things. You can manifest bad things as well. And you do that by being ungrateful, by thinking that the world is a horrible place, by not seeing the beauty and the love in the world, because it is really all around us, right? And I have that problem too, where recently I didn't actually do this before, but because of the pandemic, I started to really read the news, to seek out, just to look at news websites and to read all this depressing and horrible shit. I mean, yeah, you might want to know what's going on in the world and what's the latest updates on COVID and can you travel and, should I be going out? That's okay. But to constantly read the news is such a horrible thing, because the news, it's all about clickbait. A kid helping another kid in something, good news rarely makes the news. Sometimes they do, but the clickbait stuff is all the bad shit, because you hear, oh, there was a shooting. Everybody's going to flock to that. Oh, there was a 20-car pileup and 5 people died. People are going to click that because we're all attracted to that negative energy, and it really can tear you down after a while. So, just for myself, my goal is to realize, dude, stop reading all this bullshit, because yes, it's going on. You don't want to be oblivious to what the world is going through, but the world is actually balanced. It's just the way we look at the world. We believe that it's so much more horrible than it is, because there's so much good going on, so many beautiful relationships, going traveling, seeing the world, going hiking, awesome friends, awesome family, having a good night out. Really positive stories of people helping others. There was a story at the end of the summer, or maybe in the autumn here, where there were dudes hiking and they saw a guy who fell off a side of a cliff almost into the river, and they took off their turbans and combined them together and pulled the guy out. And, that's such a beautiful thing. And it was in the news, but we don't tend to remember those things. We like to hear about all the negative shit because there's so much more of it, right? So being grateful and seeing the beauty and the positive things in the world, it really starts to change your view. And when you start to change your view and your energy level, your vibration, it brings these amazing things into your life. You'll start to see, you're going to get more money. Money is going to start flowing into your life when you look at money as a positive. We're all so used to just being in debt, to spending everything we get. And the universe realizes, right? The universe gives you money for work. It's you put your time and then you get money, right? That's the trade. When you get that money and you spend it right away and you give it away, you're constantly just throwing it out there for material goods. The universe realizes, okay, this person doesn't want money. They are throwing it away right away. That's why those people who save money and invest it, it's that vibration that the universe senses and realizes, okay, this person is holding on to money. They're amassing more by using savings and investments. So it's giving you more, right? It's going to give you more when it realizes this person wants to hold on to more. And the same thing with love and happiness and joy and positive experiences. When you constantly project that when you're helping people, when you don't judge people, when you don't get angry at every little situation, if you don't, if you let people in when you're driving instead of just cutting them off or yelling at them and beeping at everybody or thinking this person, is a horrible person or constantly complaining about every little thing. Those are all they're small negative things, but they amass and they create bigger negative problems down the road. And when you're grateful for the fact that you're just breathing right now, that, you're here in this world and you have so much opportunity, and if you're like me, you're living in North America or living in a great place, and there's an abundance of opportunity. And, I'm just happy to be alive, to be experiencing the things that I'm experiencing. And I see my life trending in such a great direction. I have a great relationship right now, a long-term relationship, and it's just going so well. And I'm so grateful for her and everything that's come with that. And I know that she's really grateful and happy for it too. And, I'm not scared of it. Maybe before, when I was younger, I would be scared of it. Oh my God, I need to make sure I hold on to this. But I just know that it's going to go well because I'm putting the work into it. I'm putting positive, good, happy energy into it, right? That's not to say that we don't ever fight, because we do. We've had fights in the past, but we work through them. We communicate. We get better, right? Those tiny negative moments are so tiny in the framework of what we've gone through and have done, that they're there to learn from. And it's different when you're in a romantic relationship with someone. That's when your true faults and your true problems come out. And I'm just grateful to be experiencing it right now, right? When you look at the world through the eyes of someone who's grateful and positive, they start to come back to you. Like my amazing relationship that's happening right now didn't just happen out of nowhere. I actually went for a long period of not being in any relationships, and I basically realized that I needed to work on myself physically and mentally and spiritually. And maybe 5-6 years ago, I took a step back from any dating. I wasn't even dating at the time. And I had a few things here and there, but for the most part, I was just working on myself. And, I had a lot to deal with. I was such an egoic person. I was such a person who was only focused on making money or strategizing and working the room and trying to be better than everybody and being jealous and that type of thing, and being unconscious. And so I had to take a step back. And now, after 5 years or longer, all these positive things are starting to come to me. And I know it's because my attitude changed. My vibration changed. I see beautiful things everywhere. I am grateful for my life and grateful for the people in my life. And I kind of realize who I want to be in my life as well. And people who don't have the same energy as me, I love them. I wish them the best, even if we were friends in the past. But if they're not willing to change, or I don't feel that they are on that same vibration, then we just, aren't together anymore. And it's always a hard subject as well, when you grow up and you kind of change your views and your energy. Another quick great thing to do is, when you feel that happening to a relationship, like a friend or a family member or a partner, there's an easy way to kind of do it. It's just to be grateful for them, for that moment, those moments that you spent with them, and, wish them the best, but you can't be around that anymore. And that's what starts to happen when you bring joy and beautiful vibrations and gratefulness and happiness in your life. You start to stop being around that negative energy. And if you keep allowing that negative energy to be around you, and they're not, if they're unwilling to change and unwilling to realize that you don't want to be around that, then you'll have to cut them off because it will affect you. So gratitude is really seeing all the beauty in your life and getting rid of the things that are not needed anymore. And you don't do that. You don't need to do that with a negative attitude either. You don't need to be like, I fucking hate them. They're not in my energy wave. You know what I mean? You say, thank you. This can be, you can say it to their face, or you can just put it out in the energy in your mind. And you just say, thank you. It was amazing. You really helped me. I had a great time. But if our energies are not linking up, then we cannot be together anymore. And I wish you the best. Right? And they might one day come back into your life when their energy is aligned. You start to realize when your energy is aligned with a certain person, if you're both very positive and have a good vibration, you will come together. And yeah, I mean, gratitude will bring you so many things. And just quickly talking about money and wealth. I mean, that's going to be the next video, is literally money, wealth, and material wealth, but also probably spiritual wealth and all that stuff. But money is always looked at as a bad thing, but it's really just an energy form. You give a certain amount of energy, you get energy back in the form of money. And when you're grateful for what you have, and if you're grateful for the money you have, and you're grateful for your job, and you're grateful for your skills, and you work on it, you put that energy out there, you will start to get it back, right? You can manifest money really by saving it and investing it and not just giving it away quickly. You might believe, or you might feel that you only have a small time on this earth and you just want to buy the things you want to buy and go on the trips you want to go on. But you're always going to be living paycheck to paycheck. You're always going to be trying to grasp on to that money. And trust me, I'm going through this right now. It's only now that I'm starting to really get my financials in order. And it's because I'm always giving away my money. I'm spending on these frivolous things. And the universe sees that as you don't want money. When it sees that you can hold on to it, that you can compound the interest, that you can invest it and put it away and save it, that's when you start getting it back. When you're grateful for what you have and, you nurture it. It's like if you want a long-term relationship, you start to get into longer relationships. You don't just meet a person and then have sex with them one night and get rid of them. The universe is gonna see that as like, okay, well, this person doesn't want a long-term relationship because they're not nurturing what they have, right? And it's the same thing with money. It's the same thing with anything. We do have, it's not even a short time on this earth. We have a long time on this earth. And when you're grateful for the fact that you're just living, when you're grateful for all the relationships you have, for the job you have, for the money you have, for the apartment you have, no matter how small, no matter how tiny, no matter how much that other person has more than you, when you're grateful for what you have right now, the fact that you're breathing, more beautiful and amazing things are going to come into your life. You're going to manifest that. You're signaling the universe, like, I like this thing. I like having money. I can save it. I can make it grow. I like having beautiful relationships. I put time into them. I let them grow. I nourish them. I work out. I let my body grow. I nourish my body. You're putting all these signals, not just to yourself, your wiring, but to the universe. And it will give it back to you. Trust me. And this is not a quick fix. This is something that everything worth having takes time. And like I said, I started working on spiritual things, getting into spirituality 10 years ago. And I'm finally able to talk about it, to teach other people. And it's finally manifesting in my life. It's just like investments. They're not going to just pay off like that. These are just something that compounds, right? So just take a look at your life. You can write it down if that's easier for you. Just go through your life and think, what am I grateful for? And the smaller, the better. I'm grateful for being able to walk. I'm grateful for not having health issues. I'm grateful that I have a job. I'm grateful that I have $1 in my bank account. Find literally everything that you're grateful for. Add things to the list. Think about it. Look at the list every day. And your life will start to change. You'll start to come out of that negative hole that many of us are in. And you'll really start to see beautiful things happening, beautiful relationships, just amazing things. So thank you for watching. That's the episode. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for anybody who's listening and watching, and thank you very much. That's Paradigm Shift. Peace out.